I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Hey, listen, thank you for hanging out. It's pod season, people, and I got a dandy. This is one of my favorite pods ever. This is the famed 7 Pot Primo. This is a pod that was created by a very close friend of mine, Troy Primo. An amazing pod. It's got it's one of the hottest pods on the face of the earth. It is. I doubt it's the hottest, but boy, it's right up there. And Troy is just an amazing guy. He's really a close friend of mine. So we're gonna start the day with a 7 Pot Primo. Guys, you know why they call it a 7 pot? You guys know? Legend has it that if you can heat up 7 pots of chili with one of these. By the way, check out how much better the wrist. You guys see that? It's getting so much better. You know, scars are a trip. You know why we have them, right? You guys know why we have scars? Here's a problem. In time, all your pain forgets. A mom gives birth, and 10 minutes later, she forgets the pain. When years from now, you don't remember the pain you've had from a scar. I won't remember the pain from this. But when I see it, it reminds me that it was real. Now, pain, on the other hand, is a completely different animal. Pain, you know what pain does? It tells us that we're still alive. So I guess if you next time you have some pain, if you think about it in those terms, it's such a bad gig. Okay, just that super hot. You know, really honestly, the aroma of like a hurt berry, the aroma of a Reaper or a 7 Pot, they're very, very similar. But they all have that super warning, crazy, that aroma that says, bite me and you'll pay for it. Look at the beautiful wall interior. It's just such a pretty pepper. Thin wall, oily on the inside. Look how that placenta, this is the placenta right there. All this stuff here. That is where most of the heat is. Everybody always thinks it's in the seeds. There's no heat in the seeds, people. It really isn't. But there is some heat in this. So without further ado, I am Johnny Scoville, and from Troy Primo, Primo's Peppers, this is the famed 7 Pot Primo. Oh, by the way, really important to show you. You guys know the logo on the channel, YouTube channel, that pepper? That pepper is a 7 Pot Primo. That pepper is not just a 7 Pot Primo. Troy picked that pepper, and Troy took that picture. Pretty cool. So I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Now, I've eaten a lot of Reapers, and I've eaten a lot of Primos. That was a hot Primo. That was a tasty Primo. That was a little on the sweet side, which is not a trait that commonly goes with a really crazy super hot. You don't usually get sweetness too often. But that had a little bit of sweetness to it, and it has a tremendous throat burn. Now, ghost peppers will burn you in the mouth, and the tongue. Like it'll start at the tongue and it'll creep forward usually. Back there and move forward as your tongue burns, as the heat builds. 7 Pot Primos do not, with me anyway. What they do is almost like you chew them up and they say, all right, listen, forget his mouth, forget his tongue, we're not going to burn his tongue today. Bypass all that, we'll meet again in the throat. And they all reconvene in the throat and they start sizzling your throat. It's almost what it seems like. My mouth isn't burning, my tongue isn't burning, but my throat, not here or here, but right in here. Scorching. There's definitely a fruity flavor to it. Here's something really important I was thinking about yesterday. I make this sound fine. The flavors are so incredible. You get different varieties, different flavors, different burns. If you watch a video of this and you're like, man, that pepper looks fruity, you're thinking fruity pepper. If you're somebody who's never had any chilies and you get a pepper like that and you chew it up, you're not going to think it tastes fruity. You're going to think I'm a liar. I'm not. I have a really high tolerance, and when the higher tolerance gets, the more your taste buds are opened up to different flavors that you normally wouldn't be able to taste. For instance, there are guys that work in this kitchen that are not true chili heads. You know, if we hook them up with a Primo, it wouldn't taste, fruity. It would just taste pain. So, but that's a weird thing. A lot of people run from pain. They run from things like that. I typically run at things that a lot of people run away from. I've always run at my problems. Not always, but when I was young, I didn't. As I get older, I try to run at my problems. You know, as if you run from your problems, you're only going to end up fighting tired, because your problems will catch up to you. You guys know that. You can run like crazy. You think you've escaped your problems. You look behind you. They're not there. It's like a giant invisible tether. When you stop, those problems catch up to you. They do. So instead of fighting tired, I'd rather fight on my terms. So I run at my problems. Sometimes it hasn't worked. Sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes running at a problem creates a problem. But more often than not, running at a problem does not. And running at a problem lets me know that it's in my hands, you know? Anyway. Let's talk about the burn. It is still just camped out right on my throat. It's going nowhere. Hear it crackling. My scale is probably a 2, maybe a 3. I can sit here and go, oh my God, it's so painful. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just, you know, someone says, oh, if you want more views, you got to act like you're hurting and swear more. That's what someone said yesterday. I don't swear on video. You're not going to hear me swear. Kids watch this. Families watch this. And I don't fake anything. I've always hated, one of the reasons I started the channel is I hated fake reactions, and I thought to myself, why are they doing that? Someone throws up on a video, you know, it doesn't make anybody go, want to eat that pepper. I want you guys to eat more peppers. So maybe I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 for heat for me, but a non-chili head, that's a 10. Easy. I love pepper season. I got more peppers for you this afternoon, people. I can't wait. I've got boxes of peppers coming. I've got a lot of very exotic, weird stuff. You know, these weird exotic crosses that you're never going to see in a grocery store, they're coming. A lot of them are pods that I've never reviewed before. That's so exciting for me. I'm done now. We're going to stop this. I'm going to upload this and get ready for the next one. It's pod season. I love you guys. With all the things you could be doing, you're hanging out here with me. Thank you. All right, so right here, you guys, you see that pepper? If you click that pepper, you're part of our family, you know? If you don't want to miss a video, you don't have to miss a video. Click the bell for notification, you'll miss nothing. If you, it's a really important thing. Get that notification. Right there is Legal Fire. They're sort of putting a spotlight on the crazy people that do the things that I do, which is sort of exciting. Right there is 2 relevant videos, and you. Thank you so much for being a part of this. It wouldn't be the same without you. I mean it. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.